Guys, here we go. Time for game one. So basically, you just want to mulligan really hard for Astral. That's all I can really say. You know, it's a very linear deck. You know, it doesn't take a lot of decision making. Like sometimes you have to decide whether to Astral or ramp normally. But ooh, Muzzy. So there's our Astral. Now we just mulligan hard for Innervate. So Innervate would be pretty sweet. Coin doesn't actually help with Astral in hand because it doesn't actually help us get it out faster. Because if we coin Wild Growth, we're still doing this on turn 3, and if we wait to Wild Growth then coin, we have 4 mana before we can coin. But Control Warrior we can sometimes grind out even without Astral, so the Astral should be pretty strong. So there's no reason to actually coin Wild Growth here. So we just pass. Next turn we can Wild Growth through Hero Power or whatever, and then we can coin Astral. So this is better to Hero Power, obviously, unless we're trying to Innervate. So we didn't, so we just Hero Power. Next turn we coin Astral Communion. It's also important to remember you can attack right after Astral Communion. So if it's Patron and play an Acolyte or something, we're losing some pretty good cards here, but you know our deck is full of good cards, so there's nothing too much to worry about. Like these are all just generic threats that can be replaced. Alright, Acolyte's fine. So it's just Astral Communion here. And the only dead draws in our deck now are like Innervates. Everything else is pretty useful. Everything except Innervate is pretty good. And now Raven Idols can find us creatures, like big creatures. He's just like, come on man, why you gotta do me like that? Alright, let's draw something big. Alright, that's reasonable. I mean, I guess we play it. He could probably BGH it, but we can't save it because we're gonna keep drawing more big stuff. Just a solid turn for Deathwing. You know, if he's Patron, he has to slime it before he can execute it. If he's Control, he can BGH it, but... Revenge execute. So it's Control, but he didn't have BGH. That's good for us. We should be able to grind out Control Warrior anyway. Because he's having to use, like, 2 cards to deal with each one of our cards. Like, he can't Shield Slam any of this stuff. So now we want to draw a Lore or something, or a Sneed. Sneed is really strong against them. I mean, he can Sylvanas now, which is kind of scary, but... If he just Shield Maidens or something, he just... Oh wow, does he actually have Armor of Shield Slam here? That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. Okay, so he's used the Shield Slam and Execute. Alright, Lore would be sick, Sneeds would be sick. Rafon's actually really sick. I think we still take Mummies. It makes him Brawl, but that's fine. 10-10's actually sometimes right in this deck, because usually you're not getting full value off Mummies because you're kind of flooding the board. But I think Mummies is fine here, because it just makes him Brawl, so it just makes him use his turn to Brawl, and then we can just play more stuff. So he's not going to use a Shield Slam here, maybe. Oh, he is. Might not have Brawl, even if he does. So Sea Witch isn't great. Although, let's just put a 5-5. I think it's better, because it's a 5-5 instead of a 3-3. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I'd rather just save this. So now we just go Mummies. If he has Brawl, he has the Brawl, which just gives us a free turn to play stuff. Oh, I actually top deck the Brawl. That's pretty good. And our mana advantage is starting not to matter, but what still does matter is that we're just playing a bunch of big cards. And he has like Armor Smiths. It's almost like we Golden Monkeyed, is what our deck is like right now. So might as well weave the 5-5 in here, because we're probably not casting anything after we lure. Another Sea Witch, Raven Idol. Okay, so now we just start hitting his face. We probably want the Sea Witch to die before we Raven Idol, but Raven Idol can find us something big. Some big grindy minion. Deathbite, killing the Mummy, sure, and just armor up. So I think we wait on Raven Idol now, we just play whatever else we draw. Ooh. So this is like the one time Sea Witch is kind of bad, like we obviously can't cycle the Wild Growth now. So I guess we just look for a minion with this. Show's interesting because we don't have that many spells, we just kills it pretty easily. Maybe just take Scarab. It's more value. I guess play another Sea Witch. So the Sea Witches are making casting like the Wild Growth and stuff awkward. That's the only sort of anti-synergy in the deck, but he's gonna clean them up pretty soon here anyway. And then we'll get to draw stuff. Still have like Sneeds, Kel'Thuzad, a lot of big good threats. He might only run 1 Brawl. If he does, that's really good for us. Not really doing too much right now. Alright, so we can go ahead and draw 3 cards here with the Nourish, and then we can play something. We can play one of the 5 drops. Might be Nefarian here. Oh, Astral's pretty bad. Can draw another 5 cards next turn. I think we just play Nefarian though. This might bait second Brawl, and if he doesn't have it, he still has to like do stuff. Battle Rage, Inner Rage. You'd be surprised how often you actually get this combination. So Inner Rage is fine, it's pretty versatile, and then Battle Rage we can use to maybe draw some cards later. Don't want to draw too much because we don't want to go to Fatigue, but alright, he has the second Brawl. The good thing is now we know that we don't have to worry about Brawl, and he's also going to clear whatever survives. Hopefully it's not Armorsmith. Okay, so he's going to clear the Sea Witch, and now we get to actually use like Wild Growth effectively. So we can Nourish here, but at that point we kind of have to stop drawing cards. Oh, we can also just Wild Growth. Okay, here I think we Onyxia because he just brawled and used the Death Spite. So this is our deck is pretty threat dense now. Pretty threat dense. So you can get in here. Plus BGH maybe. If he plays that. Oh, he plays Double Revenge. Does he have a second Execute too? Sylvanas. Okay, interesting. So we want to give him the option to steal the Scarab. I guess we take the Taunt. We want to give him the option to steal a Scarab. I guess we can Wild Growth. Maybe we don't end up casting the Nourish to draw. So we can Hero Power plus Inner Rage this. I guess now we can just do that. That's pretty convenient. We can Inner Rage this now. We can go ahead and iterate this out because he doesn't have any more brawls or like revenges or anything. So now we just want to overload him on the board. So I don't think we're Nourishing to draw cards. So this is kind of dead. Really, all these cards are kind of dead, but we can Lure to draw cards. Justicar's pretty good. Justicar is a pretty good card. Alright, well let's Lure, and we're pretty much not drawing cards now. Alright, Ysera, Ancient War, those are both good ones. I think we just trade like this. But do we want to hold on to the Taunt? He can kill it pretty easily though. I think we just hold on to the bigger creature. So now we can start playing stuff like this and Ysera, and we don't have to worry about Brawl anymore. He's already used 2 Shield Slams, he only has 1 Execute left and a possible BGH, but none of these are BGH targets at the moment. Belcher. Sure. I think we can Ravenella first here for a minion. So we take Drumonger just because it's big. And then Ysera's the thing he has the hardest time killing here, so I think we play Ysera. And then we can save the Innervate. Innervating Hero Power here isn't hugely important. Alright, Nightmare. Nightmare is reasonable. Let's our like small stuff trade up. So no more Brawls. I guess we can maybe worry about Deathwing, but I don't think he runs it. Oh wow, so he's gonna concede to the Ysera. Alright, awesome game. Pretty sweet game. Let's go ahead and play game 2 here.